If you hate studying, then just keep watching this video until the end, because I'm going to teach you exactly how I went from someone who also hated studying and just did everything to avoid studying and avoid working hard at school, to then now actually loving the process of studying and applying that not just at school but also everywhere else in my life. So the reason why you probably hate studying right now is because you're probably just forced to do it, right? And so I use this analogy of like doing the dishes. And so you know how like sometimes you'll just go to the kitchen and you see the dishes aren't clean, and you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do the dishes. But it's like, let's say you're about to start doing that, and then your parents come down and they're like, yo, do the dishes. Now it's like, okay, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I wanted to do it when no one told me to do it, but now that it feels like it's forced, I don't want to do it anymore. I only want to do it when it's like my own decision to do it. And so it's very similar to like studying, especially at school, because a lot of us were just raised up with this pressure to study, as in like your parents are just keep telling you, you need to study, you need to study, you need to study. And like barely any of us started liking studying because we wanted to do it. Some of us were just forced to do it, and some of us keep doing it because we just feel forced, and some of us stopped doing it because we were rebellious and we were like, no, since we're being forced to do it, I'm not going to do it. There's a reason why you don't stop playing video games, you don't hate playing video games, is because that's your own decision. It's actually the opposite. Your parents are telling you not to do it, and so it feels good to rebel against them and play video games just to rebel them and go against your parents. And so if you somehow found a way to want to study, then you would do it, right? If you were to shift your mindset where it's like, now I want to study, now it's my decision that I want to study, then it's like, yeah, why shouldn't I study? If I want to study, I'll do it. And so what I want you to do is go through this exercise where we're going to learn exactly what's going to make us want to study. And so for me, the moment I started wanting to study is when I went to university, because when I started going to university, it was like, oh, now I actually kind of have the decision to either stay at university or drop out. Like, I don't necessarily have to go. It's not much of a requirement compared to, going to high school. And so then it was like, okay, so if I go to university, still waste years and spend like 10 grand a year on tuition, and then don't get anything out of it, then I'm just wasting my time. I feel like a bit of a loser. But if I go and actually like work hard, get good grades, and get closer to a career that I want to do, then that's more worth it, right? So if I want to become a person that's successful, that's productive, that's this and that, then it makes sense to either not go to university or go to university but work hard. And so the decision of going to university and not working hard did not make sense. And so now it's like, okay, so if I'm going to keep going to university, then I need to study. I need to actually get good grades. Another thing that has helped me with this is just thinking about, I'm like getting older now. And so naturally I should think a lot more about how to make money, how to financially support my parents, and also be financially independent so that I could help people later on in my life. And so is it a financially responsible decision to go to university and not make the most out of it when I'm spending a lot of money per year? No. But does it make sense to work hard and also get closer to a career where I can make more money and support my close ones financially? Yeah, that's more like it. And so in order to get to the career, getting good grades is going to help that. And so therefore now it's my decision, and using my own logic, I deduced that I need to get good grades, and so therefore I need to work hard and study. Another thing that I think a lot about is, like, what type of person do I want to become? I want to become a person that has knowledge, that's educated, not just in like biology or like math, but also in a lot of different things in life. And so, for example, currently I'm learning a lot about nutrition and exercise and kind of the biological mechanisms behind that, right? And that's something that I'm just doing outside of school, just like listening to podcasts, even like buying books and stuff, and just learning outside of it, because I want to become a student of knowledge, not just when I'm in university and studying for exams, but also just genuinely learning information and also applying it. And so I cannot consider myself a student of knowledge, someone who seeks knowledge, but then doesn't study for my classes. Because even the classes that I choose and the program that I choose in university aligns a lot with what I'm interested in. And so learning about human health, which is what I'm doing right now, like in health sciences, aligns a lot with what I'm interested in when it comes to human health. And so then optimizing my life in order to have the best health. So when you go through this exercise, I want you to think exactly about what's going to help you have this mindset shift where now you want to study and you want to get good grades, because it's going to make it a lot easier to study on that random Tuesday where you don't feel like it, right? And so even though you don't feel like it, you know that's going to help you in the long run. And now since that's your decision, you're much more likely to do it, opposed to just doing it because your parents are telling you to, or because they'll get mad if you get bad grades. But for example, now I get more mad than my parents when I get bad grades. At this point, like, it never crosses my mind my dad or my mom, they're gonna get pissed off if I fail this test or something. It's not that. It's like, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be pissed off at myself if I fail this test, or if I get a bad grade. And so when this decision is gonna become an intrinsic driven value, it's a lot more powerful and driving compared to an extrinsic based value. And so if you want to learn more on how to get good grades and also how to become a productive student, then just check out my course. There's the first link in the description, and I'll see you there.